Welcome back to Liesel's Artistic Studio. Today I'm going to show you how to paint your own beautiful winter landscape that is super easy. And it only takes a cheap watercolor set. So let's go and have some fun, and don't forget to subscribe.
For our supplies today, we need watercolor paper. Mine is cut to about 9 by 7. Then you're going to use some not so sticky tape and tape it down to keep it from warping. We need a clean glass of water, a cheap watercolor set, some scrap paper, and a paper towel to clean and dry your brushes. And for the brushes, you can use the brush that comes in the set, but I also have a larger flat brush for my washes to make it a little faster and easier. And I also have a nicer round brush for the details of my painting. And we also need a pencil to sketch out our landscape. First, let's draw a very light, quick sketch on our paper so we know where things are going to be painted. First, I'm going to draw a horizon for my landscape, starting at about an inch above the middle of my paper. Next, go down about an inch and draw a diagonal line for a line of trees. Then go down just a little bit more, draw another diagonal line, and this is for the fence line. Now I'm going to go back up to where the tree line is and just pencil in, just very lightly, some of the trunks of the trees. Then I'm going to come down to my fence line and just pencil in some of the posts for the fence. Keep in mind that they need to be getting smaller the more into the horizon they're getting. Next, let's go back up to the top, the horizon line, and just pencil in some distant mountains. And lastly, draw a couple of trunks that are going to be trees in the foreground. The first thing I want to do is mix a navy blue color that's going to be used throughout the painting. Start by getting some water in your painting tray with your brush. Then add some blue paint, and to tone it down, making it more of a navy blue color, add some black. Next, dip your brush in the water, but leave a small amount of color on your brush, and use a bit of that blue to create a wash background covering your entire painting. Then add a little bit more of the blue to the top of your sky and a little bit of red to the bottom of your sky. Then blend the two together, creating a nice pinkish, purplish sunset. Next, when your sunset is completely dry, take some of your navy blue and lightly paint in the mountains in the background. After your mountains are painted, take your clean, wet brush and rub the base of your mountains very lightly to give it a softer and more misty look. Next, we're going to paint the small trees in the distance. We'll use the same navy blue, but first let's add a little bit of green to enhance the color just a little bit. After you get a color you like, start painting your tree trunks first. Then, using a side-to-side motion, add some branches to some of the trees. It's okay if these trees blend together a little bit. They don't need as much detail because they are farther away. After your trees are painted, soften the bottom of the trees like we did with the mountains using a clean, wet brush. If you can, use some of the extra color you're wiping off and stretch it out onto your snow, creating the illusion of shadows. Next, let's make a brown color for our fence. You can use the brown straight from the palette, but it's a little too red for what I want. So I'm going to put some of the brown in my tray and add a little bit of black and just a touch of blue to make the color tie into the colors on my painting a little better. After you get a brown you like, start painting your fence posts and then paint a squiggly line for the wire that connects the fences together. After your fence is painted, take a little of your blue and create a few shadows onto your snow. Make sure it's nice and light. Use enough water so you just have a hint of color. Next, let's add a little more green to our blue color to paint our foreground pine trees with. Start painting your pine trees by painting the trunk first. Then paint the branches by going side to side, starting at the top of the tree and working your way down, making the branches bigger as you go. When your trees are done, take a clean wet brush and pull a bit of the color from the base of your trees out onto the snow to give it a bit of a shadow. To finish up our painting, let's add a few small details. Using a small brush, add some darker brown or black to one side of each fence post, giving each one a bit more dimension. Then add a few more small trees to the line of trees in the background to create some dimension and detail there. And lastly, rub the bottom of each fence post with a clean wet brush to create a shadow and soften the base, making it look like it's embedded in the snow. Join me again next week with another winter scene, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so I can help you discover your artistic side.